Hey folks, Metal here with the Warrior Collective. Welcome. This is part one of 3 videos covering the packs we covered on the podcast. Recommend you folks go and listen to the podcast every place that it's played, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Eventually we're going to have video with it, but for right now we're just doing audio. It's been one hell of a week, so you guys caught me with my Blue Moon and Orange Beals here, so skull. Alright, so pack number 1 here. This is going to be a Get Home pack. Get Home pack, you could synonymously throw that out there with the Bug Out bag. I mean, structured how you want to. Call it what you want to. Call it Sally if you like. I don't care. It's a pack carrying items to carry out whatever purpose you need. Okay, so I've outfitted 3 packs here in the course of these 3 videos to show what these are used for. The items that I would put in is a packing list just to get you home, get you out of situation, whatever the case. Okay, so add to them what you want, take out of them what you want. Sky's the limit. Use your imagination. Use what makes sense for you. I'm not going to tell you what items to buy. I have my recommendations, but I'm not going to say, hey, spend $1,000 on a pack. No, don't do that. That's foolish. Okay, spend what you think you need to spend. Certain items, yeah, you're going to want to spend a little bit more. Other items, probably not so much. It's not going to matter as much. Okay, ain't going to matter if you're wiping your butt with $20 wipes or dollar wipes from the dollar store, as long as you're wiping and keeping yourself clean, right? So this is the first pack, one with the black multicam. It's like a 3-day pack. Okay, basically on the outside here I have an extra survival kit. This little guy right here, I recommend having some type of survival kit with you in any pack, any vehicle, any situation, because you never know. I've been in instances where I've been stuck out away, nobody around, had to self-rescue in different times, and I always had something like this with me, and I'm thankful I did. Been following that whole survival thing for a very long time, and it's quite nice. So right here, once I get into this, it's just a simple Molly water bottle. I can put an Nalgene in here. I have an empty pocket for extra items in if I need, but I keep a Nalgene in here that I've outfitted with a survival kit inside. Stuff for fire, stuff for emergency shelter, some coffee packets, simple hygiene, simple stuff like that, cutting tool, all that in here. So you've seen my video on the principles of survival, things in micro survival kit and so on. Very popular video on that Altoids tin survival kit. Almost up to 2,000 views. Appreciate the support, folks. So moving on from here, I threw on one of these little paracord bracelets that has the compass, little mini button compass as a backup. Also has a little bottle opener because I like my beer, and paracord. It's got some fishing line in here and some of that. This is like the Zippo paracord that has the little fuse wick and candle type crap in here. Threw a D-ring on there with a couple, just a pair of gloves. I have some other gloves and stuff I just swap out on here. These are just simple mechanics fast fits, nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Here's to you, Colonel. On the other side, I got 3 zip ties in here. They're extra large zip ties. You never know when you might need zip ties. Also have a little boot dagger on here just in case, and an extra carabiner for using for cordage, whatever I need to do with that. I also carry a hydration bladder in here. Talked on the podcast about hydration and making sure you have dirty and clean. You have ways to filter, ways to purify and treat things. Okay, so we're gonna break this down, and I'm gonna unpack this with you. So, you know, kick back, grab a glass of wine, grab a glass of bourbon, grab a beer, light that stogie, and hang with metal while I unpack this bag for you that I'll have to pack after we're done. Now, I carry a little pack in here, just a little pencil case that I keep some simple things in, like a mini sewing kit. I have a way to start fire, I have waterproof matches in here, a little CRKT, little Eaton tool in here. These things are great. They have a bunch of little multi-tool uses on them. They're great to have. And I always carry some type of water additive, something to change the flavor. So, you know, if you spend any time drinking out of a water buffalo, you understand what it's like to hate water. That's why I do that. I carry ammunition because who knows what I'm going to run into. I carry a 9mm. I carry a box of 50 plus 4 random little rounds because in my magazines, that's what outfit will fill the magazines that I carry on me at that time. You're getting the redneck metal tonight. Yeah, I got a dip. So what? Anyway, I have a survival knife in here. It's a fixed blade. It has holes in the handle so I can lash it to things, create a spear, whatever the case. See them reflexes? I got a little whistle and I have a little ferro rod right in the sheath of it here. I can go on my belt, I can attach it on Molly, I have a bunch of paracord on here, so it gives me another fixed blade knife to use. And that takes care of that pocket. On this top little pocket here. Yeah, I know I'm shuffling stuff around, but at least you guys aren't having this much of the video cut off, right? I carry a headlamp because you never know when you're going to need extra light. Signaling, whatever the case, you need to see something to work on something. I also have a little thing I carry around with me that has different types of tape on it, like clear tape, to be able to put over so I can get red. Up here, speaking of light, also have the old-fashioned mag light. These things are so frickin' tried and true. Love the fact they have the extra bulb in the butt, but here's a little hack. I don't know if everybody knows or not, but if you're out in the wilderness and you need to have a candlelit dinner with Boo, there you go. You just take the head, unscrew it, stick it down like that, and you got yourself a nice little candlelit MRE dinner with your lady. Corny, I know, but hey, some people don't know that you can do that with those. So, got the mag light. I have a mosquito net here because mosquitoes suck. Pecker flies suck. They're like $1 at Walmart. They have a lot of great uses for these things. I've talked about them before, and I won't stop talking about them. Mosquito nets are great to have. Got my little Ranger Fire kit here. Little Bic. Little chapstick with your cotton ball in the lid here. Little piece of paracord and a bunch of duct tape around it. Help keep everything together and give me some extra accelerant. Here I have 2 Cologne sticks. Alright, 2 little glow sticks. I have them on about 4 or 5 feet paracord. I have 2 tied on there. That way I can crack one, use it as a buzzsaw for signal, and I have a second one already set up on there that I can crack it and use it once that one dies. Just have them taped together, I can peel the tape, and I have a dual buzzsaw right here ready to go. You guys know about my hot hand fetish. Love my hot hands, love my Mylar blankets. I have them like everywhere. Another extra little carabiner in case. Little loader for the Glock. This is an old pocket Constitution I have had for many years. I carry these things with me everywhere because it's the law of our land. Know it. And then I have a couple more little backup glow sticks in here just in case I need to light up someone's life. Because, you know, maybe the Maglite batteries die, and you know, I'm in the middle of that candlelit dinner with Boo, so I want to make sure I keep the ambiance going. So what better way than a glow stick, you know? Come on. Even in the apocalypse, love exists, right? So I've got my big old hank of 550 cord here. I got about 50 feet there. I have tubular nylon because I'm trying to get home, and if I need to get home, I want to be able to make sure everybody can get home. So I have this with me. Look up tubular nylon, study about it, learn how to use it. I carry in here a thing of chicken bouillon cubes, because these things are fucking fantastic. And if YouTube doesn't like that, then my brother can censor that at Word Out and add in whatever he wants. This one's always fun. Little 2 bottles of these things, the water purification tabs. Those are awesome because you can drop it in and keep moving. Little Swiss Army knife type thing. Even though I have one in my Nalgene, I put one in the pack, so I have one. I always have bananas with me. You ever watch Wrangler Star? He's always got a bandana. It's one of the things you always have. I have in every one of my packs. I carry with me on my EDC every day. I also have a gaiter here. One, keep my neck warm. Two, if I need to seduce the ladies. No, I'm kidding. No, in case I'm cold and I need to cover up, hide identity, whatever the case. Sky's the limit. Use your imagination, fellas. Nitrile gloves. I always keep extra pairs of nitrile gloves around because you don't know when you're going to be handling something nasty. It's always nice to have nitriles. I use the black ones. I've used them for years because they were plentiful where I work, and I'd always float company a couple bucks and get a couple boxes. I've made a post here the other day. Never go anywhere without a Sharpie. I always have freaking Sharpies too. They're so handy to have. You never know when you're going to need to mark something. These are great. I also carry an extra ballpoint pen just to have in here because it's a get home bag. I'm trying to get home from somewhere. I may need to write down some information on paper, but I don't necessarily want to use a Sharpie. I talked about trash can liners. Having those in your bags so you can make impromptu shelters, things like that. Now my EDC I always have two compasses. I have one in a sling bag, and then I have one in an alpha male fanny pack. There's SOEs calling them now the FUPA. So I have one in there, and I have one in my my sling bag. Plus I have the little one here. I have 3 different compasses with me in this kit. Wipes, always got to have wipes. I take them and put them in here, and I rotate them out occasionally. Even if they're dry, they still work for wiping your crack. I had talked about if you're getting home and you're in a spicy situation, having something like a micro chest rig to use. I had talked about that, and the one I prefer in this situation to get home, because it doesn't take up a lot of space, I'm not really carrying a lot, is the Spiritus, my custom Spiritus bank robber style rig. Okay, I have a light, I have a fixed blade knife, I have 230 rounders plus one in my gun, plus I have 221 Glock mags. I have a little shiv on here just because I like knives and it's my thing. I put a little thing on here that I can stick those Cologne sticks on here, and I have tearaway on it. This is enough to get me out of most situations and get me home from where I travel, my most traveled places. If I were looking at going further, I'd probably look at having a 6-pack versus only 2 mags. But in my daily life, 2 mags are going to do me just fine. I will say, in the case of traveling further and further away from home, you're probably going to want to have more. So, you know, adjust what you're carrying to your occasion, okay? Continuing on, I have 2 pair of socks and 2 pair of underwear in here. These are merino wool socks. I love these freaking things. Merino wool, use them. Underwear, you can't go wrong with having extra drawers for your butt. Inside this pack, I also have a hydration bladder, like I said, and in that hydration bladder, I have a water filter. I'm not going to dig it out because it's actually installed in here. I also, because this used to be my EDC bag years ago, I have a backpack armor in here as well. Just in case I need it, I can throw it on over the front and I can work out of it. Like I talked about Homeboy with the Dora Explorer backpack and how he was getting down with that. It's your workspace. So this is what I'm using as a get home bag right now. I have other things that I include in here time to time, just depending on the season and things like that. Might throw a raincoat in here, a poncho. I also have one of those in my sling bag. So it's kind of scalable, how you want to utilize your tools to be able to get home. If you have anything else that you like to carry, throw it in the comments. If you have any advice to throw out there for other viewers, by all means, go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid to go and make comments and say something, but put context to it, you know. Hey, whenever you're talking about tubular nylon, you know, blah, 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 blah. Add it in, you know. This is a community. We are a collective. Don't be afraid to add it if you like it, if you hate it, whatever. Tell us. On the back, I throw a little Spartan helmet, Punisher skull, American flag, because why the hell not? I think that's going to basically do it for this video while I get set up for the next one. What you guys do, like, subscribe, follow us, do all those things. Check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter, Telegram. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and obviously here on the YouTubes. This is number 1 of 3, so stay tuned for number 2 and number 3, folks. Until next time, this is Metal signing out.